John. Hey, John.
Hello, Yukaya.
What are you here for?
I was here to ask you if you wanted to play some video games.
What video game?
So before we start talking about shifters, let's talk about the graph. There are two lines or curves on the graph. These are the supply and demand curves. In this video, we'll specifically be talking about the supply curve. When these two cross, they establish an equilibrium at which the producers are willing and able to sell and the price consumers are willing and able to purchase are perfectly satisfied.
Shifters are factors that make an entire curve move on the graph instead of a point along the curve itself. When a shifter makes the supply curve move to the right, it indicates an increase in supply. This makes the price go down and quantity go up. Oppositely, when a shifter makes the supply curve move to the left, indicating a fall in supply, the prices go up and the quantity goes down.
Yukaya wants to build a beautiful house out of wood. John sells wood from his farm at $2 per log. This makes John the producer and Yukaya the consumer. Suddenly, a thunderstorm occurs and most of his trees burn down. The curve moves to the left. John will now charge more as the quantity of his trees goes down. A few months later, his farm is back to normal. Heavy rain comes and helps his trees grow more. The curve moves right. His quantity increases, so now he can sell at lower prices to make profit.
John gets murdered. There are now less sellers of wood in the overall market. The curve shifts left. In an alternate universe, John is still alive. John's long-lost brother, Juan, another wood salesman, comes to town. The curve moves right. There is now another supplier of wood, increasing the supply of the resource.
In his business, John chops trees with a wooden axe. He has now saved enough money to buy an iron axe. His production rate goes up, moving the curve to the right. John's business has fallen into hard time. He now has to chop down trees with his bare hands. His rate of production goes down, shifting the curve to the left.
The local government tells John that, for every sale, John must give $1 to the government. In this case, the curve shifts upward. This is the only shifter that deals directly with cost to the product, and the price does not shift the curve. The government tells John that they will now pay him to sell wood. This encourages John, and now he also has the ability to invest in better production methods. This moves the curve to the right. Yukaya, the consumer, still wants wood, but the price of selling stone goes up. As John realizes that the opportunity cost of selling wood is that he does not sell stone, which sells better and at higher prices, he shifts his focus into selling more stone. He now produces less wood as a trade-off. This shifts the supply curve for wood to the left. After there is an oversaturation of suppliers in the stone market, the selling price of stone is now lower than that of wood. This shifts the supply curve for wood to the right as John begins to supply it again.
John decides that he wants to sell firewood. Unfortunately, it's the middle of November. It is cold and rainy and nobody wants to go camping. Everyone also has an electric fireplace now. Welcome to the 21st century. He holds off the production of firewood until June, right before all the summer holidays come.
This momentarily shifts the curve to the left. When June comes, he will increase supply and move the curve to the right.